Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to solve day 13 problem of this month on LeetCode. Before starting, if you guys haven't subscribed my YouTube channel yet, then please go ahead and subscribe it. Now without any delay, let's get started with today's problem. Problem number 2273. Find resultant array after removing anagrams. So let's read the problem statement. You are given a zero indexed string array words, right, where words of I consists of lowercase English letters, right, from small a to z. In one operation, we have to select any index I such that I is greater than 0 and it is less than words dot length, right? And words of I minus 1 and words of I are anagrams, right? So we have to delete words of I from words in that case. And we have to keep performing this operation as long as you can select an index that satisfies the conditions, right? We have to return the words after performing all operations, and it can be shown that selecting the indices for each operation in any arbitrary order will lead to the same result. And what is anagram? An anagram is a word or a phrase formed by rearranging the letters of a different word or phrase using all the original letters exactly once, right? So if you see here this example DACB, right, and DACB is an anagram of A, B, D, C, right? So here if you see the frequency of A is 1, B is 1, C is 1 and D is 1, right? Only these four things we are using. Same way here also, if you see A is one time, B is one time, C is just one time and D is also one time. So we can use all these letters to write this same string as well, right? We have to just rearrange, right? So rearranging the letters of a different word or phrase using all the original letters exactly once. Okay, so let's see what we need to do here. So if you see this example number 1, right, so these are the words string array given to us. So what I'm going to do, I will just first add this to my result, right? Let's say I have added this in my result A, B, B, A. Next time I'm going to see this word and I'm going to compare this word with this word, right? So in comparison, what I will do, I will just calculate the frequency of all the elements, calculate the frequency of all the alphabets in this, calculate the frequency of all the alphabets in this, and then compare the frequencies. So if there is any mismatch, that simply means that both the words are not matching. But if there is no mismatch in the frequencies of all the characters, right, in that case both the words are same. So if both the words are same, then I'm going to skip it. Then I'm going to check this word with this one, right? So again I will check the frequencies of both the strings one by one, and if the frequencies are matching from A to Z, then both the strings are same, so I'm not going to use this. Then after that I'm going to compare it with this. So now if you see C is one time, D is one time, but here we have B also, so frequencies are not matching, right, of all the characters A to Z. So in that case I'm going to add this CD to my result, right, and then I will compare this one. So both are matching, so that's it. So this is my output, very simple. Same way here, example number 2, A, after A I will add B, B and C I am comparing, so both are matching, right? Same way C and D, both are, I will compare, so I will add all the results, right? A, B, C, D, E, right? So no two adjacent strings in the words are anagrams of each other, so no operations are performed, right? And here if you see constants, so words dot length is from 1 to 100 and words I dot length from 1 to 10, and words of I consist of lowercase English letters. So simply means we have to just calculate the frequency of this only, right? So very simple. Let's write the code, nothing complex here. So very easy, right? So here what you need to do, first let's do one thing, create one helper method, right? So here you are going to write private boolean, and let's say my method name is helper. In this method I'm just going to pass the two strings, let's say s1 and s2, right? Two strings I have passed here. Now after this, here I'm just going to calculate the length of both the strings. So n1 is nothing but s1 dot length, right? And same way calculate the value of n2. N2 is nothing but s2 dot length, right? So I calculate the length of both the strings. Now after that, create a frequency arrays. So here frequency of 1 is equal to new int, and here I will just pass 26, right? So A is nothing but 0 index, Z is nothing but 25 index, so total 26, right? Same way I will calculate the frequency of all the characters of my second string as well. So new int, and here also I'm going to pass 26. Then after that I will just iterate over all the characters one by one in first string. So s1 to char array, right? And here inside this I will just update frequency 1 C minus A like this. So I will just calculate the frequency of all the characters. Same thing you can do here, you can just copy this, right, and paste it here. And now here instead of s1, now you have to check s2, and here frequency of 2, right? This is the clear. And now once this is done, we calculate the frequency, then we have to just compare the frequencies, right? So int I is equal to 0, I is less than 26, and here I plus plus, and here I will just check if frequency 1 of I, right, if it is not equal to frequency of 2 of I, right, in that case I'm just going to simply return false. We don't need to check further, right? And otherwise here my for loop ends. Here I will just return true in this method. So that's it. So this is nothing but my helper method, right? So calculating the length of two strings, right, and then frequency arrays for both of them. Then I'm just calculating the frequency of all the characters one by one, and once that is done, and then I'm just comparing the frequencies. So if there is any mismatch, I'm returning false from this helper method, otherwise I'm returning true. That's it. Okay, so here now let's come to this original method. So here we have to return the output in the list of string format. So right, so I'm going to create one variable here, new array list, right? In this we have to add the result, right? And here just calculate the length of total words in my string words array. So here I'm just going to write int n is equal to words dot length, and once this is done, then after that in the result just add the first word. So I'm going to write words at 0 index, so I'm going to add it. Then after that I'm just going to run one loop, and I'm going to start this loop from 1, and here I is less than n, and here I plus plus, and now here I'm going to compare the words, right? So here I'm just going to write if this statement is false, right, if helper of, in this I'm just going to pass the two strings, words of I and words of I minus 1, right? So if these two things are false, right, that simply means that frequency is not matching. So in that case, in the result I'm going to add this particular word, so words of I, right? And in the end, from here I'm just going to simply return result. That's it. So now let's run the code and see if there is code issue. We'll try to fix that. So yes, so there are some issues, so let's fix that. So note a statement, frequency 1 c minus a. Okay, let's see. So here frequency 1 c minus a, what we are doing, we are doing nothing here. We have to increment, right? We are just calculating the frequency. So if a is appearing one time, we have to update the frequency of this particular a to 1, right? So that's what. So this is nothing but increment operation we are doing, right? So now let's submit it. So see, all the test cases has been passed, right? And what is time complexity? So time complexity is nothing but here I'm running this loop of n times, right? And here inside this I'm calling helper method for all these n words that I'm going to check one by one. So inside this helper method, what I'm going to do, I'm calculating the frequency, I'm creating a frequency array, then I'm just iterating over the length of both the words, right? And then after that here I'm iterating over all the values 26 times. So here this thing, let's say max, right? So what is the length of one particular word here? If you see, so words I dot length is also max up to 10 only, right? So here this operation is also going to run for you can say of 10, right? Max at max, right? Same way this thing also for of 10 at most, right? Because words I dot length, right, is going to be 10, and here this is going to run for 26 times, right? And if you notice here, I'm not using n1 and n2. I can remove this two stuff. I'm simply using this enhanced for loop, right? Okay, so see, this is going to take some constant time only, right? So you can say that for n number of words, we are calling this helper method, let's say of m times, right? So of n to m you can say, but actually this is very constant, very small, right? So let's see what it is showing in the summation. It is showing of n only or of nm. Let's see from here. So see, it is showing of n into m, so you can say of n into m, and for this and for n we are calling this helper method for m times, right? So I hope that you guys are able to understand today's problem, and if you guys still have any doubts, then please feel free to ask in the comment section. Till then, keep coding and keep practicing. Meet you in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.